Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I go by the name Tete and I give you information on Erasmus Mundus scholarships in the UK and then beyond. If this is the first time you are watching any video on this channel, I'm glad you are here on this channel. You will definitely find a video worth watching. Kindly hit on the subscription button for me and then the post notifications so that as and when I release a new video, you would be the first to be notified. Alright, so let's talk about the European Master in Lexicography, that is the EMLex, which is an international master's degree that has been offered since 2009. Since 2016, the EMLex can be concluded with an Erasmus Mundus joint master degree. It includes a joint summer semester abroad for all students in cooperation with the following universities and institutions. So the partnered universities are displayed below and you can explore all these partner institutions. Okay, I really am excited to share this Erasmus Mundus program with you because so far I think this is the simplest way I have found that you can apply for an Erasmus Mundus scholarship, and I'll explain why as we move forward. All right, so now let's go to information regarding the EMLex program and applications. Okay, don't worry, I would be putting all the relevant links in the description so that navigation becomes very easy for you. Okay, so let's move on. The application period for applications for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship for intake 2024 to 2025 is open up until and including 1st March. So you have approximately 1 month to complete your application. Okay, so if you are watching this video right now, just make sure that you watch the video to the end, get your documents together, and then quickly apply for this program if you meet the requirements. Yeah, so application form, the EMLex application form for 2024 to 2025 can be found here. So you can download the application form here. Just click on the hyperlink, and then the sample of the student agreement for study period 2024 to 2025 can be found here as well. But the student agreement is only important if you have gained an Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So I wouldn't be bothered about that right now. And then you can read information on data protection, and then the EACEA privacy statement can be found here. So the most important thing here is for you to download the application form. Okay, and now that you've downloaded the application form, now let's look at the first thing. Information for students. Okay, so this program offers an excellent international study program which is globally unique and highly attractive due to various activities. Over the course of the 2-year program, students will study at various consortium universities. In the 2nd semester, they will all study together at one of the EMLex universities, and the lecturers will travel to the university for the modules. Okay, this summer semester is organized as an annual rotation basis. The 2005 summer semester is planned to take place at Elias State University, that's in Georgia. In the 3rd semester, a stay abroad at another university from the Erasmus Mundus EMLex consortium is possible upon application. Okay, students study at their home university in the 1st and 4th semesters. Applicants can submit a list of priorities when choosing a university. The admissions committee will distribute the places equally among the various EMLex consortium universities. Okay, so this is talking about the mobility of the program. Okay, so let's move on. Information for EMLex program. Okay, so as I've already stated, the deadline is 1st March 2024, so you have approximately a month to apply. If you do not have a scholarship and still wish to study with the EMLex, the consortium can, under certain conditions, help you to pay the tuition fees, which would mean that you would only have to pay an enrollment fee of 2,000 euros. Okay, this is if you do not get the scholarship, but then our focus is on the scholarship, so we are going to skip this option and go straight to the Erasmus Mundus scholarship component of this program. Okay, so there are 19 scholarships available for the 2024 to 2025 intake, and then the intake begins in September or October. As I'm talking to you right now, intake is already in, and then the deadline is on the 1st of March. So just bear that in mind. Approximately 80% of the scholarships are awarded to students from partner countries and students from countries not associated with the program. Around 20% are awarded to students from program countries. Okay, that is it. And then the scholarship holders receive 1,400 euros per month for the entire duration of the study. Okay, which is going to cover your travel expenses, your visa, your residence permit applications, and then the installation and then living costs. So just bear that in mind. You would be receiving 1,400 euros per month. Okay. And then let's look at the prerequisites and then the application. Okay, first and foremost, applicants must have a higher educational institution degree in the area of linguistics, languages, translation, communication or media, book studies, library and information science, or other relevant disciplines, subject to the consent and the approval of the consortium admissions committee. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Your bachelor's degree has to be either linguistics, languages, that is foreign languages, translation, communication or media, book studies, or library and information science, or any other disciplines that are related to this field of study. Okay, so now let's look at the language requirements. This place is a little bit tricky and I want to explain it so that you would understand. Okay, so for you to be eligible for this program, you would have to speak English and then German. So you must have sufficient text reception skills in both languages, that is English and German. Okay, so for you to be eligible for this program, you need to have proof of knowledge of English language and then the German language as well. Okay, so you must provide proof of these competence levels for both languages. Okay, the language certificates must not be older than 2 years. The following certificates are valid as proof of the necessary language skills. Okay, proficiency in German for non-native speakers must be certified by one of the following institutions for at least the given level. Okay, so some German words are pronounced here. My pronunciation might be wrong, so I just want to emphasize that you need to prove that you can speak German. Okay, and then you also need to prove that you can speak English. If you studied in any of the EMLex universities, okay, any of the universities associated with the EMLex program, you are exempted from providing the English language test. Okay, so all you can do is just go back to the first page that we explored and we have the list of universities there. You can look at the universities. If your university is included, then you might be exempted from providing an English language test. However, if your university is not included in that list of universities, then I beg of you, you need an English language test. Okay, so it could be British Council IELTS, Trinity ISE Foundation, the TOEFL, the Cambridge, or the Onset English. Okay, so this test can be taken at a licensed test center in your country. I think it's a German center for English language test. Okay, so you need to prove your proficiency in the English language and then in the German language as well to be eligible for this program. Okay, so now let's look at the selection criteria. Okay, so all applications are first subjected to a formal incoming inspection which checks the following eligibility criteria. Okay, so the first thing is that you have to meet the application deadline. The second thing is that you must complete your application. The third thing, you have to prove the necessary English language proficiency, and then the fourth thing is that you must have completed your undergraduate degree. Yeah, so all applications that meet the eligibility criteria mentioned under section 4.1 and 4.2 are then assessed against the following selection criteria. So you must have good grades, your letter of motivation, the strength of your letter of motivation, your competency in linguistic analysis, your lexicographic or terminographic knowledge and experience, and then your language proficiency. Okay, so the application deadline is emphasized here again, and then the application deadline is 1st March 2024. So now let me explain why this is the most simplest Erasmus Mundus program that you can apply to. You can apply to this program via email. Okay, so once you download the application form, you just click on the application form, you download it, and then you fill in the application form. Once you fill in the application form with your personal details, you have to send the application form together with your supporting documents to this email, emlex.erasmus.mundus@usc .gal. Okay, so let's pay attention to the following requirements. Okay, all documents must be submitted in one single PDF file. Okay, the files must not exceed 10 megabytes in total. So just make sure that you put all your documents together and make sure that they do not exceed 10 megabytes. If they exceed 10 megabytes, then you would have to compress it. And then the name of the file should correspond to the following pattern: EMLex application plus your name. So for instance, EMLex application Abraham Tete. Okay, so that is it. And then the documents must be in the following order. So the application form must come first, and then the motivation letter is second. Okay, it has to be 2 pages maximum, and it can be either in English or German. And then the letter should include the following aspects. Okay, so explain the reasons why you wish to study the EMLex Master's program, express your expectations and your own contributions. Okay, in addition, you should state what you plan to do with the EMLex Master degree. So the second thing is that you report your experiences with scientific or practical lexicography that you have already made and why you have an interest in lexicography. The third thing is that you explain your choice of the preferred home institution, while your preferences will be taken into account as far as possible. The final decision will be made so as to best fit your study needs. And then the last thing is that you answer the following question: which lexicographic project would you like to realize in your home country if you had the chance to do so? Okay, so I'm going to include the link on how to write the motivation letter in the description of this video. Just watch that, come to grasp with how to write the motivation letter, and then follow these steps, and then you can write your motivation letter. Remember, the maximum has to be 2 pages. Do not exceed 2 pages. Okay, then you need your degree certificates. After your degree certificate, you need your transcript of records and then your language certificates. Yeah, so your language certificates in German and then in English. And then the last thing that you need is a copy of your ID document. That is your passport. Okay, so you need, first thing, your application form, your motivation letter, your degree certificate, your transcript of record, the language certificate, and then a copy of your ID document. That is 6 documents, and then you are good to go. And don't forget, you would be sending this to this email: emlex.erasmus.mundus@usc.al. That is it, and you have applied for the program. So then you can further read about the selection and then the appeal procedure, and that is it. You have applied for your program. This is the simplest Erasmus Mundus program you can apply to, but the thing here is that you must have proficiency in German and then in English. So just bear that in mind if you are applying for this program. Thank you for sticking and staying with me throughout this video. I will definitely catch you on the flip side. Stay blessed. I'm out.